Alrighty, guys. So this is going to be our single card. Potentially, maybe there will be clarifiers. Who knows? We'll see what we have going on. Our single card pulls from my Threads post where I was doing single card pulls because I got a new deck. It's the Oracle, the Oracle of the Hecatean Path. The Oracle of the Hecatean Path deck by Ken Payne and Chris Butler is what I'm going to be using. So I just asked my Threads followers if they wanted like a single card pull, just doing some fun stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically just going to go down the list and just answer questions as we go. Okay. So if you did not get a question asked, we will be doing this in the future as well. So make sure, usually I do stuff like this on Threads. Make sure you're following me on Threads because I'm unhinged over there and it's fun. But yeah, let's just get rolling. So we're going to start with Kari the Energy Weaver's question. How can I sink even deeper into my most authentic alignment this week? And let's see what the Oracle has to say. If I dress up as a sexy Oracle of Delphi for Halloween, should I call myself the Oracle of Delphi? I think that would be quite fun. You know what I mean? I'm not sure how many people would know, at least like up here in North Carolina, who the Oracle of Delphi was, but who knows? I might be surprised. Okay, so how can Kari sink deeper into their most authentic alignment this week? You get lots of background shuffling sounds. Okay, and this is going to be card 9 from the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, Kari, you got Propylea, one before the gate, the guardian. So I feel like the way for you to sink deeper into your alignment this week is to really stand as the guardian of your own gates and then ask yourself, what is behind those doors? What are the things that you're keeping the most hidden, the most secret, the most safe? And then look at all of the treasure that you have there. Look at everything that you could be bringing out further into your work, the hidden treasures. That's what I'm seeing. Is like I'm literally seeing like it's like a gate, and it's like this like almost like this dragon energy of like, you know, you've got this wealth of knowledge and information and vibes and all of these things, and you're just not quite certain how to bring those out into reality. So we're also going to grab 4 from the top for you here real quick. And the way to do that is the Lampedes. A little rusty on my Greek right now. Don't judge me. Companionship. So the Lampedes are, you know, besties of Hecate. Brought light, shone light forth. And the card is they're dancing around with their torches. So looking to the people who are really in alignment with you right now, and also making sure that you're guarding your treasures against people who seem like they are in alignment, but you've kind of got a funky feeling about. Listen to any funky feelings that come up right now. The Lampedes were also like kind of fierce, and they would fuck a bitch up. So you've got a lot of people who are out there who are really in alignment, who are really clear on the frequency that you're holding and in alignment with that frequency. And the reason why you're feeling like you have to guard so much is because you're feeling kind of that like disresonant frequency circling at the moment. And Hecate's like, don't worry, honey, the hounds are on it. It's just what I heard. So, yeah. there is Kari's. Okay, I'm going to take a picture real quick here. All right. Moving on next to Gypsy artist Jenna. May the universe give me what I needed to hear most. Okay, so for Jenna, what does Gypsy artist Jenna, it's an evocative handle. Love the imagery. I'm like, feel like I'm in a Vardo right now, like chilling. Have you ever felt drawn to Andromeda, Gypsy artist Jenna? Just gonna start right there. So I'm getting some major Andromedan vibes, very sensual and fabulous and velvet curtains and just being a hot babe. Don't know where that came from, but there's your prequel to your reading. What does Gypsy artist Jenna need to hear the most? I always say I'm going to do like a single card, and then I'm too chatty. Oh, deja vu. Yeah, and you get 2 cards as well, and you're getting 4 from the top and 4 from the bottom. Single card. I knew that was a joke. All right, so what do we have? Ooh, for Gypsy artist Jenna, we have the Restless Dead, which indicates things from the past which have not been resolved. And then we have Gorgo the Grim, which indicates that this is causing a lot of fear. So there's a lot of things coming up right now from your past that are causing you to feel a lot of fear. And then they're also telling me to pull 3 from the top. But, ooh, this is being transformed into the axis mundi, the crux, the crossroads of you tuning into a brand new timeline, a brand new reality, a brand new life. So even though you may be feeling like the shadows of the past are kind of like this graveyard right now that just will not fucking leave you alone, and this might be causing a decent amount of like unrest and unset, like a lot, like I'm getting like a lot, like I feel like you've been like having like problems sleeping, and it's because of that fear of the past repeating itself. But what I'm getting is that you're actually at this place right now where you're moving on from the concept of the past repeating itself, and you're moving into this super bright future where your torches are held high. You are standing perfectly in between the lower realms, the middle realms, and the upper realms. All of the work that you've been doing has been absolutely what you were supposed to have been doing. And it's like, now you get to move on. Like, don't worry about the past repeating itself. That ain't gonna fucking happen, because you have done so much work to get to this place where you are balanced, where you are holding your frequency, where you're holding your light, even in the darkest of times, that it's like brand new world is opened up to you. Okay, and message complete. So that's how it works. It's just like, I'll get the message, and then when it's done, it is done. All right, so let's get a picture of these real quick. I've got to do 2 pictures. Okay. So next, I'm also doing all of this kind of blind, because I like to take my glasses off when I channel, and I'm like looking at everything very close. All right, so next for Mystically Intuitive, also wanting to know what the universe, may the universe give me what I needed to hear the most for Mystically Intuitive. Okay, so what does Mystically Intuitive need to hear the most right now? Most potent advice for Mystically Intuitive. Sexiest advice for Mystically Intuitive. Most multi-dimensional advice for mystically intuitive. And that was like 3 or however many shuffles that was, 3 or 4, and you're done. And this is going to be 2. It's so funny I said single card, and you're all getting like at least double that. So we're doing 3 from bottom and 4 from top for mystically intuitive. That's how I pick my cards. The guides tell me specific numbers and from what side of the deck to pull after I shuffle, and it's just the craziest thing. I do card readings for myself most days, and I'll just like, they'll tell me, 12 from bottom, and then it's like the exact same card that I got that was 3 from top yesterday. It's the craziest thing. Okay, so for mystically intuitive, we have Inodia of the Crossroads, which means choices, and Liana, the lioness, which means strength. So even though right now you've got what seems to be like way too, and then they're telling me 3 from the top as well. It's so funny how sometimes, we just get all these different cards. And then 3 from the top. Ooh, Brimo, the angry one, Fury. So right now, you felt like you had way too many choices. There were so many choices. It was almost feeling a little bit overwhelming to you because you didn't know which path to take. Inodia of the Crossroads, Hecate being goddess, triple goddess, triple crossroads here. So 3 paths that you could have taken. There could have been more, but I feel like there were 3 main paths that you could have taken, and you've been feeling like overwhelmed with all of the different choices along those 3 paths. What these 3 paths actually represent, however, is the 3 sources of your ultimate strength. And it's like you can walk every single path, every single side quest. You could like go in, do them again. You could do them on easy mode. You could do them on hard mode. You could go back and do them on medium. Like it doesn't matter because this is all your zone of genius. This is all what you're best at. And the overwhelm has actually come from sacred rage at the fact that you've realized, or on some sort of subconscious level, that you are so much more than you have allowed yourself to be. And so the biggest message for you right now is like, just let yourself feel that sacred rage. Let yourself feel that fury. Let yourself feel that perception of loss for what you could have been experiencing, and know that actually you couldn't have been experiencing anything else, because all of these paths, all of these crossroads have brought you to exactly where you are now. And you had to have all of these experiences so that you would be able to walk all of these paths so masterfully as you move forward in the beginning. And what I'm hearing the most right now is your entire incarnation up till right now has just been the prologue. Just get ready, honey. It's about to get so fucking good. So, and message transmitted. Let's grab a picture of this. All righty. Next, who have we got here? All right, AlcheMei Healing. What message do I need to hear right now? So what does May need to hear most right now? I'm concentrating. And we've got 1 from the top and 8 from the bottom. Okay. So for May, we have Pharmakeia, knowledge, and Clothai, spinner of fate, destiny. So your knowledge is leading you towards your fate. You literally have, and then 3 from top, they're telling me. It's so funny. 3 from top is Black Hound, loyalty. So your knowledge that you have, that you effortlessly, everything that you know is real. That's the biggest message right there. Everything that you know is real. This knowledge is leading you towards your destiny, towards everything that you planned for this incarnational experience. And it is through this that you are going to find the loyalty, the royalty, the love, the wealth, the abundance, and the sense of self that you have been seeking. And that's it. That's all they'll give me right now, which is very, very, very funny because I've said much for the rest of these, but there is actually a reason for that, and I know what the reason is, so don't worry. She does too. Highly specific contracts. One of my specialties is time, and we all have highly specific times that we are meant to wake up. We all have highly specific times that we are meant to know things. And that's what she needed to hear. So, next, moving right along, Cole's Corner. Should I stick with relearning all that I have learnt to strengthen the gifts I have or learn new things? Interesting. Let's find out. So, should Cole show me the timeline for Cole learning new things and Cole relearning things that they already know, so that they can make a choice in their highest and most aligned vibration. If you were ever curious how I would ask a question like that to a card so that I would get an adequate response, that's it. Because cards really can't, they can't hold an actual conversation with you like, well, if you go here, and then if you go here. So either you would want to use a spread, but I'm not the biggest spread girl. I love people that are. I think it's really, really cool. I'm just too Aquarius for that, I gotta be honest. All right. So 2 and 6 for if you relearn the things that you already know. 2 from top, 6 from bottom. If you relearn the things that you already know, your timeline looks like Orania, the heavenly one, purity, and Hecate's wheel, cycles. While the intentions behind relearning what you already know are pure and you think they will move you towards the timeline that you want, that is actually going to keep you stuck in a cycle. That's going to keep you stuck relearning and redoing the things that you have already experienced. Now, if what you're wanting at this moment in time feels most comforted and most aligned with redoing the things that you have already done and staying in the cycles that you have been in, then that would be an aligned timeline for you to choose. However, 2 from top and 6 from bottom again. If you choose new things, the timeline looks like, ooh, we have Melano, the dark-minded, dichotomy, and the mysteries initiation. So, well, I think that's pretty clear. You can either stay on the cycles and loops that you've been in. You can either keep reliving the exact same things that you've been doing by continuing to relearn things that honestly, they're up there like, you're a fucking master at this. Why would you keep relearning the same stuff? Like, would you just keep rewatching the same TV show over and over and over? Perhaps if you need comfort or you really like it. Absolutely. And it's not to say that you can't watch the same TV show of your own mastery over and over and over again. Of course, a master always is going to be found in the beginner's classes. That's how that works. But don't you think it's a little bit beyond time? I'm just straight channeling, by the way. I have absolutely no clue what we're talking about. Don't you think it's a little bit time beyond time to dive into your own dichotomy, to dive into both your light and your dark, and to truly allow yourself to be fully initiated unto your own mysteries and unto the magnificence that is all of you spread across time and space. I mean, I don't think we could get any clearer, so. She just came out. She was like, woo! On it. Okay, well, and I would like to reiterate, there is nothing wrong with relearning and redoing and you know, having those comfort shows. Like Michael and I are going to, grabbing you some pictures. Michael and I are going to be watching this season of the Great British Baking Show where Jurgen doesn't make the semifinal. Again, we've seen it before. It's not that it's a waste of time or anything wrong. It's just like, you know, you could move on a little as a treat. So there we go. Moving right along. I Fly Tarot. Aw. Insight on my successes. Okay, so, Tell us all about the energies that will bring I Fly Tarot into their wealthiest, most abundant, most successful timeline. I literally cracked the book open for 2 seconds and was like, nah, I'm good. Because fun fact, for many years, the major focus of my research was, in fact, the goddess of witchcraft herself. And I have a ridiculous amount of knowledge about the Hecatean mysteries and cults of Hecate across all of the Mediterranean and, you know, various things. And I was like, yeah, I'm golden. And if you didn't know, I one time made a spreadsheet. I have a spreadsheet of all of Hecate's epithets because it was taking me far too long in my research to have to go and double check if that epithet was actually a Hecatean one or not. And so I made myself a spreadsheet for, you know, easy research purposes, obvi. Alrighty, so 8 from bottom and 8 from top. Ooh. Had to count. Counting had to happen. Ooh, okay. So for I Fly Tarot, we have Black Hound, which is loyalty, and Pharmakeia, which is knowledge. Your loyalty to yourself, and then they're telling me grab 3 from the top as well. Your loyalty to yourself is so strong, and this is because you know that you are the source of the knowledge that you seek. New Moon was your 3rd card, beginnings. All of this loyalty that you have been putting into your practices, your magic, your vibration, your frequency, your energy, all of your knowledge, all of the things that you have been focusing on is what is leading you to this new beginning. And it's really like it's a brand new beginning. Like you right now are being called to enter into your most successful timeline, to allow yourself to like fully leap into whatever this new beginning is that you've been contemplating. You've been sitting around, you've been thinking about it, you've been dreaming about it, you've been wishing about it. The time is now. Literally, because it's a Leo new moon. It's a Leo new moon, honey. Like the time is now. Like it is time to leap. It is time to go on the full adventure. It is time to let yourself like off the leash. Like, you know, the Black Hound doesn't want to be chained up. Neither do you. You want to go, you want to do, you want to be free. You want to let yourself have this new beginning because you know what's waiting on the other side. And that knowledge is the thing that keeps pushing you. Like, we're meant for more. We're meant for more. We're meant for more. The universe wants you to know you're right. You are meant for more. And everything that you've been doing is what has been leading you down this path where it's like this new moon moon is bringing in just a complete change in energy for you. It's like a complete new beginning, and you have to just trust that, because what's on the other side of that new beginning is so incredible. Message delivered. So funny. It's like I'll be like hearing all of this stuff, and then it's like, boop, done. Like, okay. All right. Next. I'm not sure how to say your name. I'm so sorry. I think it's Shainagabriell. You have a sunflower as your picture, and I love that. What should I focus on in August? Let's find out. Shayna? I'm so sorry. Shayna? What should Shayna focus on? What should this multidimensional baddie focus on in August? Nope, we're done. 5 from top and 5 from bottom. Okay. So we have Percy's, which is destruction, and new moon, which is beginnings. So everything that you are feeling being destroyed right now in your life is actually making way for all of the things, and they're telling me 3 from the top as well, all of the things that you have been wanting to bring into your life. And this is really being shown with the card is Circe. It's transformation. It is the transformation of you into the real you that you have always been. But in order to do that, we have to destroy all of the parts of ourselves that were never who we truly are, never who we truly were. And so it's through this destruction that we find that transformation, and that transformation is made possible because the cat is like shoving his way onto my lap. And that can be terrifying sometimes, but they want you to not, the guys want you to not be scared of this. They're literally showing me you taking out a bag of garbage. Like, would you be scared of the destruction of taking out the garbage? No, you'd be like, I gotta get this garbage out of here because it's about to start smelling. Like, and then I'm just gonna, chores are done. Now I can relax. That's actually the energy that they're beaming me, is like, the chores are done. Now you can relax. This new moon is also bringing a high level of transformation for you, specifically this new moon in Leo. And it's with this destruction of the old garbage that you're going to find this new, it's a very sexy card. It's like, she's like dancing with her trident and her goblet, naked under the sea. You know what I mean? Like, chilling, she's like the pigs, which are Odysseus's men, are chilling in the card. She's like, woo, you came up onto my island. You thought you were going to fuck with me, and I turned all you motherfuckers into pigs. Woo, woo, woo. Like, that's like the energy. And so that's like, hopefully you got the vibe. That's what they're wanting to convey to you. And also, if you are not familiar with the mythology, Percy's, being Hecate's father, the, Titan of destruction. So like the destruction that comes with protection, with that like divine masculine energy, with the, he's like holding his, spear and shield aloft, like, yeah, motherfuckers, fuck with me, get you, right? And that's like the vibe that you've got going on right now. A lot of protection around you, like a lot of like very divinely guided, protected beginnings are happening, and that's leading you to your most like powerful transformation. Okay, and I'm done. Next, next, Norman _HUA. What is one negative thing I need to remove right now? And I have a feeling this is going to be the one single card of the entire session. When you're very specific, ask and you shall receive. How does Norman HUA need to... I'm not sure if that's your name or if that's just your handle. But whatever. The universe knows. What do they need to remove that is not in resonance in their life? And they're like, yes, and actually it is going to be just the first card from the top. There we go. Ooh, knowledge. Now that's interesting. We have Pharmakeia again, which is knowledge. Overthinking. That's all I got. You need to remove overthinking. You're overthinking. You have the knowledge that you're telling yourself you need to continue to get more of. You don't need any more knowledge. You're so smart. You're so brilliant. You know all of these things. You know what you're supposed to be doing. You know what you want to be doing. You know the moves that you want to make. You know the things that you want to do. And I'm just getting that it's fear that's keeping you from making those moves and doing those things. And the second that you allow yourself to fully tune in to all of your knowledge, all of the things that you know, the brilliance that's actually lurking within, that's the moment that everything shifts for you in your life. And you ask for one thing, so that's what you get. You must be very careful with the contracts that you verbalize when you're working with the goddess of witchcraft, because she's all about her contracts. What can we say? Oh, Pioustramp. Okay. Love that. Pioustramp. Should I stay on with my side business and partner or move on to my own thing? Oh, you multidimensional baddie. Let's find out. Okay. So again, we're going to have timelines for Pioustramp staying with the side business and then timelines for moving on to their own thing. So here we go. I love that. That's really fabulous. You're a fatty. That's amazing. Pioustramp. I'm smiling so big right now. That's a vibe. All right, we're gonna have 9 from the top and 3 from the bottom. For staying with your side business. And then we're going to have 4 from the top and 8 from the bottom with moving on to your own thing. Okay, so side business vibes. Medea, which is magic, and the dagger, which is severance. Okay, well, that is... All right, here we go. So, yes, it's been a certain kind of magic. It's had a certain je ne sais quoi. However, the time has come for severance, and you know it. You beyond know it. You know that you're so ready to go and do your own thing. And the funny thing is, I saw your question originally a few days ago, and I had a feeling that the cards that I pulled were going to basically say this, even though I don't think we've ever really talked. If we have, I'm sorry. I think I would remember Pioustramp. I got to be honest. That is iconic, okay? So... I don't know anything about what I'm saying here. I'm just saying. It's like the time has come and you know it, and you're just afraid that you're missing out on so many amazing things that you haven't gotten to experience there yet. However, the cards for moving on to your own thing, we have... I don't actually know how to say that one. Epiphanestate, Thea? I'm guessing. Sounds right. It's like, you know how to pronounce Euripides. I know how to pronounce Euripides because I went to theater school, and no one knew how to pronounce Euripides. And our history of theater teacher taught us that it was by saying Euripides pants. So, and then there's, there's Aristophanes, I mean, if you kind of know like the cadence, I mean, it sounds like I know what I'm saying, so I'm just going to roll with it. So moving on to your own thing. I'm not doing it. Okay, Thea, the most manifest goddess. It's a really cool card, with Hecate in this chariot with like light everywhere and the triple moon above her, and that's diversity. And then you have the Black Hound as well with loyalty, and they're also telling me 4 from the top for moving into this new thing on your own. And Orania, the heavenly one, with purity for that one. So, it's there's so much more diversity. The loyalty that you're feeling to the experiences that you've already had simultaneously needs to be the loyalty that you feel to yourself and to your own growth. And the more that you give into that, the more that you'll experience this like almost divine-like rebirth where you... Basically, it's a way higher timeline if you move on and you know it. She's so blunt sometimes. Hecate's a very blunt person. So, here you go. I think that was clear. As I sit here in my pink strawberry shortcake t-shirt. When I channel, I sometimes feel like I'm very blunt with people, but what can I say? I hear what I hear. That's what I get. All right. So I believe we've just got a couple left here. Okay. So what Kayladoes? I'd love to know whether this friendship will end naturally or end in flames. Okay, so how is this friendship that Kayla is asking about, how is this going to end? She already knows it's going to end, but she's wanting to just be prepared, know how it's going to end in advance. So let's find out. And we've got 3, 7, and 9 from top. Ooh. Okay, so you have Hecate's wheel, which is cycles, Hecate's deep non, which is sacrifice, and devotee, which is dedication. So this friendship is something that, I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't be too worried with how it's going to end. It's not going to be as fiery as you think. This is a cycle that you and this person both agreed to experience again in this incarnational experience. And you also both knew, it's like you had a contract that this was going to also end in this incarnational experience, because you've had a lot of cycles and a lot of loops and a lot of things that have played out regardless of the devotion that you have to each other across space and time. And what I'm kind of overwhelmingly getting is these are earth cycles that you have to break. These are not cycles that extend across space and time. And sometimes, as much as it sucks, in these incarnational experiences, we have these friendships that need to not continue on the earth plane, but they do continue kind of across space and time. And what I'm getting overwhelmingly is that after a period of time, after this friendship ends, you're going to have a dream with this person in it, and that's where you're going to find the full closure. You're not going to find the closure that you're wanting. You're not going to find the resolution that you're wanting on the earth plane of existence in the physical form. The conversation that you're wanting to have is not going to happen. It's actually going to happen, though, in the dream state, and it's going to be your real self without your programming and your experiences and hurt feelings, and it's going to be your friend without all of their versions of that as well. So you're going to be able to have this clear resolution and connection and conversation that you can't have in the physical form at this time. But then it's like, that is what is going to smooth the whole thing out across time and space for you. And I had something similar happen, fun fact. I've had that happen several times, actually, where I've been visited by people that, a friendship ended in the physical form. And then, we had the kind of resolution in the dream state. And it's actually really nice, I have to be honest. So, transmission completed. Okay. Next, magical reawakening. How can I best show up for my business? Okay, so how can magical reawakening best show up for her business? And we have 2 from top, 7 from bottom, and 9 from top. Was the thing was I realized after I had made the post, like, these are not going to be 1 cards. And that was why I decided to record it, because I was like, I need to be able to just speak. Okay, so we have Clydius, which is defeat, Aconite, which is death, and Melano, the dark-minded, which is dichotomy. That may sound grim, but it's really not. Let me explain why. So, from the defeat that you have felt across space and time, you actually find your greatest strength and your greatest power. And that is where the wounding and the fear and the blockages that you have felt have been coming from. It's actually coming from the fact that you're a freaking badass warrior across space and time. But right now, those spirals of the 6th density have you reminded of all of the defeat, of all of the death. But the Aconite reminds us that from the death, that's where the flowers bloom, right? From the underworld, you have to have roots under the ground in order to bloom on earth. So by tuning into all of the fierceness, all of the darker experiences that you have had across space and time, that's actually where you find your power, because like any good follower of the goddess, you too hold the balance. You hold the dark and the light. You hold both. And you also have this very unique soul lineage that has you holding the dark and the light, the dichotomy, the beauty from the death and the decay, the flame of life from defeat. All of that is in your power to hold. And when you tune into that, that's like your final assignment. I know you asked about your business, and I just gave you like a soul lineage, tune into your dark side, honey, situation. But that's the thing that so many people don't understand. This is what it actually truly is to have a magical business. I cannot count the amount of times that it's been like, well, let me go have a soul retrieval at 3, and then I've got a tarot reading for a client at 4. And the soul retrieval was for myself because, who hasn't had to go pick up some little broken off bits of their soul's experience along the way, and then, got to get back to business. But it's through that exploration of the self and what you have the capacity to hold, that you're going to find the true power. And it's like right now, like you're just skirting along the edges. You know what I mean? And that's the frustrating bit for you right now, is like, you're like, I want to dive in, but it's through diving in to the stuff you were programmed to not allow yourself to dive into that you're going to find the power that you have been missing. The capacity that you have to hold darkness is also the capacity that you have to hold light. Alrighty. Also, the concept of the Clydeus card, by the way, I'm getting beamed an image of, I can't remember the name right now. It's like right on the tip of my tongue. What was the technical name of that altar? The Pergam. Hold on. It's the altar that the Titanomachy is depicted on. Hold on, I'm Googling. The Pergamon altar. Yeah, there we go. So the Pergamon altar, no clue why I was just beamed an image of that, but do some Googling about the Pergamon altar. That's the altar that the Titanomachy's depicted on. Anyways, what I was getting like an image of that altar, and then with the Clydeus card, and then I was thinking about how, like Hecate fighting in the Titanomachy, and how, she defeated just like everybody, and, that she fought like ever. And that's the energy with that defeat card, is like, you can defeat anything and then bloom from the wounds that you got in that battle. And then that is where you find your true balance, is from blooming from the wounds that you once bled from. Okay, done. There we go. Next. Recently came down with a virus/flu. Is it because I am letting go of the negative energy that I have been working on? Okay, so tell me about the physical dis-ease that New Leaf hypnosis, I love that. That New Leaf hypnosis has been purging. Been going on with New Leaf hypnosis. We've got 7 from top and 3 from bottom. Okay, so New Leaf hypnosis. Oh, you have apotrope. I can't say it right now. I used to be able to, I've got to go back to practicing my Greek. This is ridiculous. I used to be able to perfectly pronounce all of this stuff, and it's like, I have forgotten. Apotropeus, averter of evil. I think I said that right. I'm not sure. Deflection, and then anasa pharmakidon, queen of witches, sovereignty. I'm going to take that as a yes. Yeah, the releasing work that you have been doing, you've simultaneously been deflecting a bunch of overlapping timelines that have been, you think you've just been releasing negativity from like one, you've been releasing negativity from about 37 different overlapping timelines for about the last 6 to 7 months. And this has been you deflecting all of this different stuff that's been trying to come across time and space that has been this resonant energy. And it's like, it's just been like pinging off of you. But, you know, if you get enough paper cuts, eventually that shit's going to really start to hurt, right? And so that's kind of what I'm getting is like, you just kind of got to a point where it's like your auric field got enough paper cuts that you were like, I need to freaking rest, right? And sometimes we just will not listen to rest until we have to. So it's like your vessel was kind of like, okay, look, enough's enough. You need to tune into your sovereignty. You need to tune into the fact that like you are doing so much across time and space. And they're really telling me that the biggest thing that they want you to know right now is that you can rest without getting the flu. You can just decide that you're going to tune into your most sovereign, your most royal, your most aligned 3 from the top timeline that you have, and you can allow yourself, and that's the temple at Legina, which is sacredness. You can allow yourself to just tune into your own sacred space, your own sacred time. You can allow yourself to really get a little bit more luxurious in the time that you're giving to yourself. You're doing so much. They're just showing me like everything that you're doing on a multidimensional level. Oh my goodness. You're doing so much right now. It's no wonder that you're feeling a little bit physically depleted. So the biggest thing that they're wanting you to know right now is that you're going to find it's really going to be beneficial for you to start carving out at least a couple of hours a day if possible. And that doesn't have to be all at once, they're telling me. If there's a bug, apparently, flying about my head. This doesn't have to be all at once if it's difficult to carve out a couple of hours at once, but they're really saying that like you've got a lot of things multidimensionally that they're wanting you to start tuning into the fact that you're doing all of this. They're wanting you to really start tuning into your own magic more. And so the more time that you can carve out to simply be with yourself, your own sacred energy, your own magic, the more that you're going to feel rejuvenated on the physical form. And the less that you do that, the more that you're going to feel just kind of like lingering, like physical, like bleh times, because it just takes a lot of physical energy to do everything that you're doing on the multidimensional level. And we often don't realize like the things when we're incarnated into a physical form, the things that we're doing on a multidimensional level can take a toll on our physical vessels as well. And so the more time that you can allow yourself to just really be with everything that you're doing multidimensionally, the more that you'll find that you're going to feel rejuvenated and restored faster and faster. But that was very important, is like really be paying attention when you start to feel yourself, quote unquote, coming down with something or anything like that. Really start to tune into like, I need a break. I need to take this break right now, and really prioritize yourself because you're doing so much work on this multidimensional level. It's very important for you right now. Okay. And then finally, we have JackpotJessie. What is blocking my creative energy towards my online presence, and how can I push through it? Okay, so what is blocking JackpotJessie's creative presence online, and what is the antidote for that? Okay, and we've got 2 from bottom and 7 from top. So 2 from bottom is what is blocking, and 7 from top is how we're going to push through. Ooh. What's blocking is Nycteria of the night, the secrets. You are feeling like you have to keep yourself a secret. And I'm so sorry if this is ouchy, but I'm getting that this is stemming from a place of inner child wounding and feeling like you have to hide your true magic, like you have to keep all of your magic a secret. The root of this is coming. I pulled 2 from top, Holy Daemon, Lower Realm, Protection. So this is coming from a sense of wanting to protect yourself. You feel like if you allow your true magic to be seen, that you're going to be in harm. And so this is just stemming from a place of you on a multidimensional level wanting to protect yourself. However, this is also the source of your greatest blockage right now. So it's time for you to start tuning in to allowing. So the card that you have for the how to push through it is Aconite, which is death. And then we're going to do 2 from the bottom as well, which is Demeter, which is loss. Sounds horrible, right? But it's not. Let me explain. So when you tune into the fact that you can just allow, and then 3 from the top, they're telling me as well. When you tune into the fact that you can just allow yourself, and so 3 from the top was Apotropeus, which is averter of evil, deflection. You don't have to hide anymore. You can allow that fear to die. You can allow the feelings of loss that you've experienced when you have been your true self to just blow away off into the past, because all of those losses and all of that death that you perceived yourself as having when you allowed your true self to come out, that was actually deflecting people and opportunities and chances that seemed like they were really good and for you, that actually were going to end up being this really big drain, that were not going to be in alignment, and that were going to keep you from your highest timeline. So it's like now, it's like you've gotten all of the, I feel like you had a lot of people like riding your coattails. I feel like you had a lot of people in your life you couldn't trust. I feel like you had a lot of people in your life that you were not really fully in tune with and in alignment with, but you were trying so hard to be. And I feel like that's what led you to feel like you had to keep your real self a secret. But it's like now those connections have been severed across time and space. It was also causing a really big throat chakra blockage for you. So whoever these people were, whatever these situations were, they were causing you to feel like you had to keep yourself actually a secret, like you couldn't speak your truth. You couldn't be also being. It's like you wanted to do things that you felt like you couldn't do, particularly with color. It's like I'm getting like there was like colors that you felt like you couldn't use, like clothes you felt like you couldn't wear, like ways of self-expression that you had locked inside you that you felt like you couldn't actually be true with the world. And it's just time for all of that shit to die, basically. Like, it is time to let all of that go, because you've gotten rid of that energy. You've gotten out of that feeling, and you don't have to stay there anymore. So it's like the biggest blockage is just the past that you've already gotten through. And the way that you get out of that is just by accepting that you were doing all of that out of like the highest sense of self-preservation, and you don't have to stay in that anymore. However, I'm going to be honest, I would recommend a lot of throat chakra alignment and restoration and healing work for you, because it's like I felt like this, like almost like this hand around my throat. Like you felt like you just were suffocated by this energy. And you don't deserve that. You don't deserve to keep that anymore. So it's time to let that go. And it's time to let yourself move on from that. And that's where you'll find your next level in your creativity and in your work and in what you're bringing to the world, is when you actually allow that feeling of restriction and restraint to be fully transmuted. And it's like I can physically feel it, like in my throat, very much like a lump in my throat, like just feeling so silenced. And so it's that removal of that silencing that is going to take you where you're wanting to go. Woo! And just like that, lump is gone. I feel better. Woohoo! So, yeah, that's what I've got. I hope you all got insight that made sense. To be perfectly honest, I'm not really sure what I've said for the last 50 minutes because I was channeling. So yeah, if you would like more insight, you can always book a one-to-one reading with me, or different variety of sessions. You can look at I don't know where we're going to have the sessions right now, to be perfectly honest, because I'm kind of in the process of getting my shit set back up. But if you're like, ooh, I need to know more, just hit me up on Instagram at Harvest Rose Witchery, and we'll chat, and I'll get you hooked up with the exact perfect thing for you at this moment in time. And hopefully you got all of the insight that you were wanting at this time. And thank you for letting me use my new deck on you. I hope you had a fabulous time listening. And we'll do this again sometime soon in the future. Whatever. I'm tired. I've got to go stop talking. Bye.